want to be free. I want to be free of things that bind me and enslave me physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, everything. When I was at university, I began writing this paper. I had a professor who asked me to recall the most negative memory in my life and write a paper about it. And as I sit here in my bed in the mountains, I'm literally in the mountains. I can show you, I don't want to show you too much, but there outside the window is the mountains. I don't know if you can't because of the sun. But anyway, I will go over there and show you. Let me just here. See? There. And here is my paper here. You see how old it is? I want to begin to write my story. And I want to I began about so long ago. I keep journals and everything. And I want to be free. So I'm going to begin, transcribing this onto my blog. I thought about online publishing. I thought about publishing a book. I thought about a lot of different things. But I'm just going to be, again, writing from my journals. I have so many of them, papers that I've written, trying to heal myself. I have depression, I have anxiety, I have borderline personality disorder, PTSD, everything. I just want to be free. And when I say that, people think, oh, free with your sexuality, you want to be promiscuous. Like, I want to be free in everything, in all ways. So I'm going to begin reading these things to you guys, for myself, for you, for everyone to see. This is my journey, but other people have experienced this in the cults that I was in, which you'll see in this paper. There were other people, and in the paper I wrote their real names down, but I will just use initials when I read it because I don't know if they want to relive this or not. And I basically have their permission. We've had like casual conversations about me because, I'm the writer of the group. So I'm just going to start reading. And I'm going to start from the second paragraph that I wrote. Even you can see here on the back. It's so old, but I keep it in my suitcase. But anyway, I'm going to start reading from the second paragraph. As a survivor of child abuse, it became natural to live with situations that were extremely negative. Unconsciously, I had taken this skill for granted. However, when I began to know myself, I realized that this was not only a coping mechanism, but a life skill. At home, at work, in life, bad things happen. They happen around me and to me. Yet I know and am certain that positivism, no matter how acute, is always there. Staying true to the trial and error pattern by which my life has been designed, this truth was revealed after much experience. On May 1st, 1995, one day after my 17th birthday, I ran away from home. And that is one of the tattoos I have, which is on my leg, my leg. Sorry, I just woke up, not showered or anything. I want to begin this part of my journey. Home was pitiful. From the ages of 3 to 17, I was raised in a cult. It was a very hierarchical cult, with children receiving the lowest possible status. In the refrigerator, even the food was ranked and labeled adults and kids. The other girls in the cult and I would drink some of the adults' Pepsi and then mix the remaining pop with water. The adults would always say, the acid has gone from this pop. As kids, we were useless, except for the beatings. Every day someone was getting beat. I soon became immune to the pain and learned how to restrain the tears and cries for help. My mother and the other women who beat me took this as a sign of rebellion. I was full of the devil, they said. But it worked. They stopped beating me. What I hadn't realized was that the beatings were like a vacation in comparison to what the cult members had in store for me. They called it corporal punishment. I was made to stand in the pantry corner after they withheld my food. Between the pantry and kitchen was no door, and so I would smell the food while it was being prepared. I began to get weak. They said they would break me. It was so hot in the pantry and there was so much food in there and dinner smelled so good, I fainted. During these fainting spells, I was allowed to go to the bathroom. Once inside, I would sit on the toilet and try to gather as much strength as I could. Once everyone went to sleep, I would sneak finger scoops of peanut butter. The pantry corner became my second home. They soon realized this and began to find new ways to break my spirit. I had a best friend in the cult. Her name was S. One day they decided to beat her. It was customary for them to sit on our heads or tie us to the bedposts, but this day was different. This day they picked 4 of the girls, there were 6 of us, of which I was one, and made us hold her arms and legs. This was my best friend, lying in front of me, face down, in pain, and I was holding her down. I couldn't do it. I let her arm go. Then, to prove the strength of their power and influence over me, they hit me. They said if I didn't hold her arm, then I would be next. I didn't want to be beaten. I held her arm. This incident came before the numerous corporal punishments, and so I became mentally stronger. This too was unacceptable, and so they found yet another way to punish me, playing on my fear of the dark. So I'm going to stop there. I don't want this to be like a crime video because I cry a lot about these things. I want to be free from this, but I want to get it out. So I'm going to put it on my. That's another reason why I started my second channel, Bald Girl Gone Bold, because people see me being bald and they think, oh wow, you're so brave, you're so bold. Being bald, but it's like the bald it's not bravery, it's not bold. I like being bald, but the bravery isn't what comes after the bald, if you understand. The bravery comes when, what am I doing in my life? How am I living? How am I being? How am I behaving? How am I evolving? How am I progressing? How am I advancing mentally, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually? And that's the bold part for me. Being bald is, I'm Tammy, I like being bald. So that's it. I'm my blog that I'm going to be posting my stories on. I was posted on one of my first blogs years ago where I write my poetry about the beatings and stuff, and I try to turn it into something else. I also talk about like how BDSM. This is gonna sound weird, so if you don't want to hear about this, click it off. But BDSM is kind of like a therapy for me, so I'm gonna be talking about everything that's my truth, my reality, my everything. Some things you're going to agree with, some things you're not, some things you're going to find disgusting, amazing, unbelievable, everything. But these things happen not just to me, but as I said, there were 5 of the girls there with me. And we're all adults now. I'm the second youngest. And I'm 40, so yeah. That's it. I want to end it here because this is just me getting it out, and hopefully as I continue to post these videos and these blog posts that it will get more refined, I guess, but I'm not bothered if it doesn't. I just want my truth out there, and I want to heal, and I want others to be healed, and I want to evolve. So thank you, and yeah, God bless everyone. Bye.